Seoul's unification ministry will look for possible changes in North Korea's anti-virus policy. This comes after the regime's state-run media said it needs to shift to more advanced measures. Bae Eun-ji has the full story.
Just like last year, North Korea announced that virus prevention measures will remain at the top of its annual agenda. But it shows some signs that virus prevention will be done a little differently this year. The regime's state-run newspaper Rodong Sinmun said on Monday that the measures need to be more advanced and people-oriented, instead of ones that focus on controlling the virus. In response, Seoul's unification ministry said on Monday that it will keep a close eye on the North's moves to see if there are any changes, such as the possible lifting of its strict border restrictions.
The government will closely monitor the policies recently proposed by the North, especially on whether this will lead to easing border controls.
When asked if South Korea plans to supply vaccines to the North, the ministry spokesperson said there are no specific plans yet. But the spokesperson added that cooperation between the two Koreas is important for people's safety in both regions. However, one industry watcher says people-oriented policies does not necessarily mean lifting the current measures. He says since last year, Kim Jong-un has been emphasizing that the entire North Korean policy should be people-friendly. But that does not mean the regime is going to put in place a policy that's more market-friendly or less restrictive.
So I think what they really mean here is that overall COVID-19 policies is still going to be ideologically driven, which means in North Korea that they're going to still put a lot of emphasis on prevention rather than more proactive or more scientific responses such as launching massive vaccination campaigns.
On supplying vaccines, he says South Korea should be ready to hand out vaccines in case the North changes its current policies, which are less about vaccination and more about prevention and quarantine measures. But given that North Korea is very conservative regarding its public health policies, he says he is skeptical about whether the regime is actually going to be open to the idea of mass vaccinations. North Korea is one of the few countries in the world that has not started a COVID-19 vaccination program. Bae Eun-ji, Arirang News.